Hello travelers, welcome back to the Evrim-Yıldız Oracle Workshop. You are currently tuned in for today's bite-sized messages with zodiac piles and palmistry, specifically about how people perceive you. I'd like to thank everyone for all the love on my last video. We broke 100 views within 2 days or something. It's crazy, and oh god, it makes me so happy. It's the live watch party of seeing that video ascend. Oh, that was so good. Thank you all. Remember that this reading is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I simply aim to reflect the energy or spill tea you already know about. This topic was requested, so if you'd like to request topics, be sure to comment. Thank you again for your support. You may choose from 3 piles based on the images or the zodiac signs. For today's piles, we have different paintings. All timestamps for the piles are below. As a disclaimer, tarot is not a substitute for professional help of any kind. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I currently do not offer personal readings. Enjoy your stay. Hello Pile 1 and the cardinal signs, welcome to your reading. For today we have 3 tarot cards and 3 palmistry oracle cards. For your reading I will be combining these and interpreting them to see how you are perceived by others. For your tarot cards we have the Knight of Cups, the Six of Swords, and lastly the Nine of Pentacles. For your oracle cards, we have Uranus, the thumb, wasted, with the description, a wasted thumb means a distinct tapering between the knuckle and palm. It indicates an understanding of people and nature. Curious and easily distracted, you must discipline yourself to stay on track. With the number 89. Your second oracle card, the Jupiter finger, long. With the description, this finger is considered to be long if it rises above the nail bed of the middle finger. This denotes strong self-confidence. You can test your limits and believe you can accomplish anything if you try, with the number 73. And lastly, the Jupiter finger, average. This finger is considered to be average length if it's nearly the same length as the ring finger. You like being in control and are flamboyant in your self-expression. You are larger than life. With the number 74. Now, you may have these palm placements of your fingers, but this is not a requirement to be included in this pile. However, your Jupiter and Uranus signs may be very relevant in your life, as well as how you are perceived by others, so I do recommend checking out your astrological placements for these planets. You also may find that these numbers, 89, 73, and 74, have a relevance in your life. Now, coming to how others perceive you. Pile 1, I believe that people perceive you as a person who is very emotional, but is also very logical. It's like most people assume that you are, for example, let's say you're 50% logical, 50% emotional, or you can be 75% emotional, 25% logical. Somehow, when it came to you, you're 100% emotional and 100% logical at the same time. This may denote to people seeing you as very wise, but also very nurturing at the same time. However, with the Six of Swords, it is of importance to note that you are a person, or you are seen as a person who says no a lot. And this is not a bad thing. You know your boundaries and you will assert them every single time. So people also know, okay, when I wrong Pile 1, they're not coming back. It's gone. The ship has sailed. You may also, because of this attribute, you may also be seen as not very forgiving. And this is, however, not a deal breaker. For some people, it will be a deal breaker, but if it's a deal breaker to be able to say no, to not forgive easily, then maybe those people should not be your friends in the first place. With the Six of Swords being in conjunction to your Jupiter finger long card, your self-confidence may also be very relevant in how you are seen. Also, with the Nine of Pentacles, you may be seen as someone who just have their shit together. Even the fits too. The outfits may be important for you, Pile 1. And when I look at these cards, I'm like, oh, this is a diva we're talking about. This is a fashion icon. Like this pile is giving very much fashion icon that also knows his or her or their boundaries, that will say no, that don't take shit. Another part of how you're seen may be that there may be some people who want to approach you currently, but cannot. You have a very unique personality, pile 1. It's like people are so intrigued, but they're also kind of scared. Like, not really scared, but like people aren't really that used to dealing with this much energy and this much confidence. People are like, oh my god, like this person, pile 1, like damn, like I want to be their friend. Or if you're into romantic relationships, like, oh, I want to ask pile 1 out. But like most people can't get themselves to do it. Like, even though you're not a person that is like rude, like that is like so cocky, and people also, even though they don't see it like that, there's still this feeling of, oh my god, I have never dealt with this type of energy before. So you may be a new light in a lot of people's lives, pile 1. People may be coming up to you like, pile 1, like you're the first person I've seen like this. It's like, oh my god, like this person, pile 1, like what the hell? Like this is just such like star energy here. Another aspect of how you are perceived may be that a lot of people might know how many connections you have with other people and how many friends you have. You may be a person that is, maybe you have isolated a lot in your life, but I do feel like a lot of people can't guess who you have friendships to, who you are in relation to. And this does kind of make you mysterious. But this might also be one of the reasons that people are so intrigued. It's like, pile 1, like I look at you, but I don't know who you are. Like, I don't know you like that. Another aspect we have here with the average Jupiter finger is being in control. You might be a person that loves to plan, like plan. And you might also get upset when your plans actually don't come to fruition. Because of your logical side, you might be a person, or seen as a person, that is sort of a leader type, so to say. You don't really assert yourself as a leader, it seems, but it's just the energy you give off is like I'm the one who does the planning. I'm the one I'm the one in front of the pack. That's what I see for you, pile 1. I hope you enjoyed your reading. And thank you for listening. See you in another reading. Bye-bye. Hello, pile 2 and the fixed signs. Welcome to your reading. For today, we have 3 tarot cards and 3 palmistry oracle cards. Remember, you do not have to have the placements of these oracle cards to be included in this pile. However, I do recommend checking out the planets in your astrological chart to have more insight into how you are perceived, as these may become relevant. We have the Lovers, Reverse 8 of Swords, and the Sun. For your oracle cards, we have, firstly, Uranus, the thumb, in narrow angle. A high-set thumb shows your lack of spontaneity. You're goal-oriented and plan everything to the smallest detail. You have a good judge of character and understanding of people, with the number 95. Secondly, you have short fingers. Key traits are quick decision maker, abrupt and reckless, overlook details, understand the bigger picture, pioneering, and achieve goals quickly, with the number 52. And then, lastly, you have the girdle of Venus. This any U-shaped or horizontal line above the heart line, below the middle 2 fingers. It indicates strong sex drive and appreciation of physical pleasures, with the number 41. Now, pile 2, when we get to how people perceive you, I first of all really have to just say, pile 2, I see a big glow up here. And this is not even just emotional or just spiritual. This is also very physical. Most people don't even recognize it. They're like, oh God, like pile 2, like damn, some people might even be saying like, damn, I should have kept my my connection to Pile 2 when I had the chance. Damn, like now Pile 2 done glowed up. Like, oh damn. And even though you have, like, for some of you, this might be that you have simply changed, but you may not have necessarily changed where you are, where you live, your city, your town. For some of you, this might also transfer to you changing cities. And for those of you that are dealing with, like, moving around, there are a lot of people from your past that see you and your glow up through your social media, and like this damn Pile 2 done glowed up. This might be coming from them. And another thing is, you might not be hearing from these people necessarily. It's like this silent connection, I'd say, or I'd call it. It's like you're connected somehow through either your phone number, your social media, but you don't necessarily talk to each other like that. Another thing I see for you, Pile 2, is that you may be seen as somebody who is very attractive, like a very attractive partner and a really attractive man-woman person. And this might really be like playing into how you are perceived by others. It's like this halo effect, like you look so fine. It's like you don't even have to start talking. Like, you don't have to, like, start explaining yourself. Like, everything is settled. Once they see you, like, it's gone. That was it. Another thing I see for you, Pile 2, is that you may be seen as someone who de-escalates conflicts. It's like you're not somebody who is easily swayed. Like, it's not really easy to convince you. So most of the time, you become the middleman in conversations. Like that one neutral person who like doesn't get that hot in the moment, like doesn't get that run over by their emotions. However, this does not make you wise, let's say. We're not talking like extreme emotional maturity. You're not walking around here like Master Shifu. You may be seen as someone who is very connected to this world and the material world specifically. Like, people think of you, people think of like luxury, and even if you are not rich like that, it's just the vibes that you give off. It's how you are perceived and the halo effect. Another part of how you are seen is connected to your social status. You may be someone, Pile 2, that is very relevant in social circles, like somebody that takes up the entire room when they enter it. And people are very aware of this fact. Like, when they think like Pile 2, like they don't just think Pile 2, they think Pile 2 plus their entire like their social record of like being being seen. That's the thing, like you are seen, you are always heard. You may be someone who gets a lot of attention, Pile 2. I mean, I think I've already made this clear, but I will still say it one more time. You are somebody who is seen a lot. You're someone who is heard a lot. And that does play into how you're perceived. Your social status combined with your wit does make you charismatic. It's like, oh damn, like Pile 2 doesn't even just look good. Like, they can also like think quick decision maker here. Like your logical process is much faster than other people. You're seen as somebody who comes to conclusions much faster. And this is also one of the reasons why you are not easily swayed. It's so easy for you to actually like think into what people are trying to play. Like, you're the type of person to always come up and say like, all cards on the table. Like, I'm the one who shuffled the deck. Like, I'm gonna be honest, Pile 2, I have recorded your Pile 3 times, and I still like stutter. Like it's like this massive energy just explodes every time I try to record your Pile. And this might be an effect you have on people. You might be like trying to talk to people, and this might be romantic interest or other types of interest or platonic, it doesn't matter. And people are like, oh, like, goddamn, like, can I speak English? Like, I don't know, like, Spanish? Like, very enchanting. That's all I have for you, Pile 2. Thank you for listening. and I'll see you in another reading. Goodbye. Hello, Pile 3 and the Mutable Signs. Welcome to your reading. So we have 3 tarot cards for you and 3 Oracle Palmistry cards. Your tarot cards are Reverse King of Wands, Reverse Knight of Wands, and Upright Ace of Swords. For your Oracle cards, firstly we have gaps between the fingers. A noticeable gap between the first and second fingers reveals you are confident with good self-esteem. A larger gap between the second and third finger is a sign of someone who lives for the moment. This gap is rare. When all the fingers are held together, this means you are cautious and reserved. Balance in the fingers means you are friendly and trusting with an independent outlook on life, with the number 56. Secondly, we have fingernails vertically ridged. Key traits are anxious, confused emotions, dreamy, you escape the mundane world, highly critical, and compassionate, with the number 68. And lastly, we have fire hand, long palm, and short fingers. Key traits are adventurous, seek a challenge, independent, generous and gregarious, enjoy attention, and an initiator, with the number 9. Now, you may not necessarily have these palm placements, and you do not have to either. I do recommend checking out your placements. Pile 3, the vibe I get from you is that you may have the tortured artist trope as a big part of how you are perceived. You may be someone who is very creative, but also kind of a pessimist. It's like your life is like a drama series, like you are the main character, things keep happening to you, and you still let that inspire you. And despite you not necessarily being an optimist, you're definitely not an introvert. I see for you that you may be seen as someone who is very bold, somebody who is still willing to go out. It's like you give this energy off of like, my voice can shake, but I will talk. Like, I will continue talking. And with confused emotions and highly critical, you may be seen as someone who is not easy to please. It's like you have standards, high standards for yourself, that definitely. But you also are very picky and choosy at times with the people you choose to associate yourself with. It's like this is giving the energy of like pile 3, like maybe anxious. Like this maybe also be seen in your voice. Like people may be able to tell from like some physical traits that you are sometimes anxious. This might even relate to being a public speaker. Some of you may be public speakers or desire to be a public speaker, or when you speak in front of people, sometimes you may get anxious. However, this also does not stop you from being adventurous. It's like my comfort zone exists, I guess. I'm gonna step out of it anyway. And it's these traits that definitely play into your creative process. You also may be someone who is an artist. I definitely see poet here. You may also even, you may actually also have a talent for artistic expression, but you may have also chosen to do like quote unquote a very logical job, like something that is, let's say, either safe or like is, how do I say it, like that deals a lot with logic, paperwork, and not necessarily like artistry. And it's this balance of having both like anxious, confused emotions, but still independent, generous, enjoying attention, an initiator, is what makes you very like people get very intrigued when they see you, like, oh, like pile 3, oh yeah, pile 3 is like, oh yeah, when before they meet you, pile 3 is like, yeah, this is probably anxious person, maybe an artist, whatever. Like people get to know you, and they're like, damn, like this person is actually like so much emotions. Like this person is highly critical, but they're also like very independent, and they do seek a challenge despite that anxiety. And it's like, damn, like I want to know more. Like I want to know more about pile 3. It's like this whirlpool. Like once people get in, like they can't get out. You may also be seen as someone who will stand for justice even if it does not benefit you. You may be seen as somebody who does not necessarily follow the pack, quote unquote. It's like you're not always sure of yourself. You're not always confident. You're not always kicking ass. But you will always stay independent. It's like I'm not playing this game. Like I don't have to, and I won't. And people look at you with awe, and they're like, damn, like I thought you were just this random NPC in the background. Like, what are you doing? And it's just, you have so much energy, but you're also very reserved. It's like you attract people to you. Like you may be seen as someone who doesn't necessarily like go out of their way to meet people, but you always have people around you, and this does intrigue people. Like damn, like how does pile 3 have this many friends when they're this anxious and they don't even go out? And the answer to that question is that you don't go to people come to you. And this might also be one of the reasons why you want to be or are independent. You may have like an independent work. You may be like self-employed, small business, thinking about it, or you might get into that, like some sort of like that position. You might even be some sort of YouTuber. You may be one of those people who started a channel in like 2015. They got made fun of, but they kept going. They opened another channel and then another channel, and they kept going despite people saying like, oh, it's never gonna work, it's never gonna work, and it started working. And you may be one of the lucky people. On that note, with Dreamy and You Escape the Mundane World, you may also be somebody who simply daydreams, but it's not like lazy daydreaming. You're not like, oh, I need to do the dishes, oh, I need to do this, oh, I need to write a novel, and okay, scratch the write a novel part. Like, it's not like when you daydream, it's not useless. You're not just escaping for the sense of it escaping. You're escaping, but you're actually like planning, manifesting at the same time. I don't know how to explain this. I hope this makes sense. It's like your daydreaming has a purpose, and even though this might get extreme at some point, I do see that happening, you may still use it to make your vision happen, like make your vision come true, like to recognize what you really want. And that's a great attribute, pile 3. That's all I see for you today. This might be a part of how you are perceived. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Thank you for listening, pile 3. And goodbye.